It was huge on both accounts. Rodney, tremendous leader. You saw the difference he made in our offense last year, the impact he had on and off the field as a player and a leader. And then with K1, I think for me even had more personal meaning, just knowing I've known that kid since he was 15, knowing his family, knowing what they put into it. So to see that kind of come to fruition, like I think we had all anticipated, nobody more so than his dad and his mom who have known what he could be. It was especially moving for me just to see that kind of all come together, knowing that when we drafted #1, there was a lot of pressure on that. I wanted to make sure that everybody was able to see what we thought he could be, and it's fun to be a part of. Yeah, I don't get in on the negotiations. Honestly, my entire role in that was prayer and pleading to both parties, and it worked out really well for me. But that's that's negotiation side of it, and I handle the football side. I have not. When I watch what he's done since he got here, the first year, and his development in all areas, all he's done is gotten dramatically better each and every year, and that's what I judge it by. And there's a handful of quarterbacks that you can win a Super Bowl with in this league, and we feel like he's one of them, and I wouldn't want to work with anybody else.
You mentioned Rodney. What was the hang-up there? Is that anything you can get into?
Yeah, I'll let him speak on that, but he's a seasoned veteran, very smart, knows his body, knows all these things, so we'll let him go in depth. We had communication. We knew with a player like that, we wanted to give him all the time and space he needed to make his final decision, and we're just thrilled that he's back.
How much do you track players' films? Do you personally?
I don't. No, I do not. I don't.
You just trust them and they're going to do their stuff?
I do. Yeah, they don't track mine. Like I'm sure McVay's got me beat by a couple hundred hours every week. No, these guys are professionals. They know how to get themselves ready for a game. They know what to watch, what they need to watch personally, and so I've never tracked it. No, because my man's got $250 million, so, I mean, you can only be upset for so long, I guess. I mean, that's negotiations, like I said, are negotiations. Everybody has their things and wants different stuff, and I'm just thrilled that this young man got, what I feel like he deserves.
What's your take on the films that like a guy that preaches that he just spent X amount of hours?
I'm big to each his own. I think, if you're just watching to watch it, just to log minutes and hours on your iPad, then it's not doing you any good. But these guys, like I said, we have some real pros that have an approach, and whether it's as long as another guy, time-wise, doesn't matter to me at all. You do what you need to do to get ready, and it's a results-oriented business, and they know at the end of the day that's what we're all judged by.
How has Hollywood Brown acclimated himself to the team, to your offense? Do you see him primed for a big start?
I hope so, yeah. I mean, we liked what we saw this spring. I would say his comfort level is farther ahead than he would be having played at OU in a similar type system, I would say, verbiage-wise, formationally, things like that. But he has tremendous speed. We feel like the comfort level he has with Kyler, he throws with him all the time, is a great kind of bonus to that, icing on the cake. But I expect him to be a really big part of this offense.
From the day you guys drafted Kyler, did you feel a pressure to get him to this point, to get him paid?
Yeah, I did, because I mean, since he was 15, I was telling people, I've never seen anything like it. And then put it out in the universe when I was at Texas Tech before OU beat us. Like I would take him #1, and then we took him #1, traded a top 10 pick. So yeah, I think, like I said earlier, it means a lot to me to be able to see this come to fruition for him and his family, and then just to, prove to Steve and Michael that, we made the right decision. It's been a great journey. That's why I was thrilled to be able to get that extension, just continue the path we're on. We've gotten better every year. Last year, we talked about it extensively. It didn't finish like we wanted, but we like the roster we have and have put together, and are excited to see if we can take another step in the right direction. I think the playoff loss is something we all have to learn from, and obviously when we played the Rams, they were better coached. They were more intense. They were more physical. They just took it to us, and that's something we had to learn. When you get into the postseason, you got to be ready to roll. It does not. No. 6 years in Lubbock felt like a while, though.
You put Max on the PUP list. Kind of where is he right now? Are you hopeful he can come back at some point?
I am. He's worked his tail off. That's a tough injury. There's been a couple guys throughout the league that you've seen over the years. It takes a year and a half, 2 years, but I'd say he's ahead of schedule. I'm not saying he's going to be ready to go or how that's going to look, but from where it started to where it is now, I couldn't be more impressed with the progress he's made, and it's really a testament to his hard work and mental toughness.
You said you told them that you feel like you're linked to Kyler now, or you have been linked with him the whole time. Now that he has the deal, there's obviously raised expectations. What kind of pressure is there for you now to get Kyler and this team to that next level, get that playoff point?
Yeah, I think, and he'll tell you over and over, he's about winning. He's not accustomed to losing in much of anything. I think last 7 years that he's been the full-time starting quarterback, like he won 3 state championships, then he won the Heisman, then he was Rookie of the Year, and then he made 2 Pro Bowls. So he's had a ton of success, and I feel the same amount of pressure I've always felt, and that's just to give him my best. I know the type of talent, I know what he can be at his best, and so the pressure I feel is just to make sure that I'm giving him every opportunity to be successful.
Is anything beyond or not, I guess, more than the playoffs, not reaching your expectations?
You're talking about this upcoming season? Yeah, I think we got to keep moving forward. It's one thing when you can, look around and you see, hey, we're a rebuild year, but that's not the situation here. We're thrilled about some of the veteran pieces we brought back, some of the guys we drafted, and some of the guys we signed in the offseason. So the expectation is just continue to get better.
Two quick things. Did everybody show up today? We were expected to. Is there anybody that's not here? And I'm going to
Yeah, everyone showed up, and because the media wasn't there, J.J. Watt did not feel the need to sprint and injure his hamstring. And no, it was good. Everybody passed. But he was yelling at one of the rookies because he said he was going too fast the other day. And I said, that's the pot calling the kettle black there, buddy. The guy that knocks down passes and walk through. So he handled it well. He's healthy.
Let's see you for a second. How have you managed to stay the same person since you arrived here? Do you feel any way that you can move yourself down?
Yeah, I definitely feel like there's a comfort level with the players, with the team. I think once you feel some job security and understand the dynamics of the organization more, you can try to be your authentic self, and that's what I've always tried to be. I was probably a little more uptight the first couple of years, feeling everything out, but we got a great staff now. We've all been together almost 4 years, so the comfort level is there, and then a really veteran group of mature players that I can interact with on the same level and have really mature relationships with. Anything that I would do differently? I think just try to show more of myself to the guys. I was pretty buttoned up first couple of years, just feeling everything out, and now they get to see a little bit more of who I am.
Kliff, do you feel like this is the most talented group of skilled players you've had since you've been here 4 years here with the tight ends, the backs, and the receivers?
I would say so, yeah, when healthy. We get all those guys rolling, and Hop comes back. There's a lot of weapons out there, a lot of guys that have made a bunch of plays in this league, played at a high level, played in big moments, and that's going to be fun to work with. Yeah, we have a good schedule. Our strength guys, Evan and Buddy, have put together, and Mark Naylor put together a nice plan to you don't want to ramp him up like you're about to play week 1. You want to be smart, but you want him out there. He lifts the whole level of play, as we saw last year when he's out there and his competitive spirit. So we're going to have a good plan in place, we feel like, to make sure that he's getting the work he needs, but not overdoing it since, he won't be playing for a couple months.
What are the challenges that the offense had last year with the offense on the field at the end of the season? How does training camp be able to practice that?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, he's going to get some reps to stay in it and stay locked in, but I think bringing Hollywood in is going to help. We're going to see where he fits in and just continue to get Rondell more comfortable. He's going to have a huge role this year with Christian leaving. And then A.J. Green, I think, last year was very productive for how and when we got him. And this year, second year in the system, I think he's going to be really comfortable and play at a high level.
Why did it take you 3 years to show who you are to you guys, kind of open up a little bit more? By design?
Yeah, I think a little bit, just trying to have some self-awareness of the situation where we're at. When you're 5-0 11-1, you're the worst team in football coming out of that. Like, to come out and open yourself up and be joking, it just didn't fit at the time. So I think as we've all grown together, a lot of us, the staff, and a lot of these players, have stayed on this roster through these 3 years. I think that comes with it.
As a head coach, what does training camp mean to you, and what do you hope to see this team maybe accomplish or see those strides throughout the season?
Yeah, obviously, first and foremost, you want to keep everybody healthy. I think we have a veteran group that we got to be smart about, but it's a great time to really figure out who you're going to be as a team, figure out your culture, the way you practice, the way you take care of each other, the bonding experiences around these guys 24/7 for the next month. So we want to come out of it healthy and have a good idea of who we are as a team.
Was the playoff loss something you bring up during camp, or has it been talked about?
It's been talked about. I don't think we had to touch on it. Everybody knows what that felt like and how disappointed we were in the way we played, to a man. And so that's not something that will be a rally cry throughout camp at this point.
I know you can only draw up so many stuff, but how much so you get these guys on the field where you can see Arizona, Hollywood, and so on?
Yeah, we're thrilled. Like I said, that's a piece to be able to work with when you're talking to have Hop out there and Rondell and Hollywood and Zach Ertz and A.J. Green. I mean, that's James Conner. There's a lot of guys who made a lot of plays in this league. So as far as a play designer, play caller, it's always a thrill to see where people can fit best and try to find the right matchups and maximize what they can do. Go viral? Yeah. Only with dance moves. That's it.
I did practices not 10 days. How much is that a pain in the butt?
Yeah, I mean, it's just how the nature of the game has progressed. So I think you just control what you can control, and we'll try to get the most meaningful reps we can until we actually get to that point.
What are your realistic expectations for Trey McBride in year one of this offense?
He's a dynamic route runner, pass catcher, all those things. So like I've talked about over and over, just I'm big, and I think it's a sign of a great staff being able to maximize what each player can do. And sometimes year one isn't, what they're going to be potential-wise fully, but he's a guy who, just watching him through the spring, I mean, he can win inside there on routes, and he can make the play, and he's very conscientious and knows the system. So he is the best guy I could think of to learn from in Zach, and I expect him to contribute.
As someone who's able to make that the last one, as someone who's been a player for 40 days yourself, what's the day like? I know you just saw these guys moving half a field, but what makes today sort of special?
Yeah, just coming together. You don't get to see everybody in this way that often now. The offseason not very long, and so hey, this is our team, this is who we got, and it's the start of a special journey. This group we have, staff-wise, player-wise, it'll never be the same again in this business, and so you want to make it count and make sure we all put our best foot forward.